Hey everybody, Douglas Scott McCarron again. So today's topic is might be kind of hard for some people, but it's about being fat all my life and what am I going to do about that now? I have been fat all my life, In the army, I managed to get off because they ran us around constantly, but most of my life I've been overweight, and it's really impacted me. It's hard to tell, was it a case of I was fat and had self-loathing, or I had self-loathing, so I stayed fat. There's a degree of I felt hurt by people, so I wanted them to go away and let them judge me so I could judge them. And this is still going on. Now, I've changed a lot. I am very calm and peaceful now. You notice that I'm being able to talk about this situation that's affected my whole life, and I'm not like in tears or getting upset. That's one of the things that happens when you are able to quiet the inner wild monkey or the inner machine, whatever you want to call it, that cocoon that keeps talking to you and telling you this is the way the world is. But it has intrigued me that happened, I don't know, almost 2 years ago, and I'm still overweight, and I still stay up like till 4 in the morning. I still occasionally eat potato chips, things like that. And when I say eat potato chips, I'm not talking about a little bag. I go out and get a party bag. And I'm fully aware of how bad that is. And yet some part of me wants to go get it. And it will keep going for days and days till I finally just go and get it. So I've decided to do something about it. I've engaged a friend of mine as a coach and also happens to be, she's like a couple semesters short of having a degree in Chinese medicine, and she's good at dietitian stuff, things like that. But the main thing to me really isn't the food or the discipline or the desire to. I've got all sorts of desire. It just doesn't happen. For instance, like I said, I stay up till 4 to 6 in the morning. Your body does most of its repair and cleaning between 10 p.m. and 2 in the morning, and I'm wide awake when I should be asleep. And there's something in me that doesn't care or doesn't want to do it. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of a you can't make me do it thing left over probably from childhood. Except the you that can't make me do it is me. So that's an interesting thing. It's especially disturbing knowing from reading that sleep is when you heal your entire body. Your brain gets flushed out, your organs get repaired. It's contributing to probable diabetes, heart attack, stroke. In light of all that, you would think I would stop. But I don't. So there's something in there that's got to be found and revealed so I can let it go. Now, truth is, I started a couple days ago with her, so I've actually been going to bed about 8 and waking up at 6, which is weird because that's about when I used to go to bed. And 7 o'clock in the morning, I've done 3 projects already. It's a very interesting mindset. But I have noticed, for instance, there was a gnarly feeling, tight feeling in my intestines that seems to have relaxed a lot. And I am getting a lot better sleep. For thousands, tens of thousands, millions of years, human beings go to bed with the sun and wake up with the sun. And I'm trying to act like I don't. I'll sit there and look at a computer with, I got all this blue light pouring into my brain telling me it's daylight. And I have like signals on my computer that say, turn off the computer, big sign. And I go, click, got it, and keep right on going. So that's given that I know it can give me a stroke or a heart attack or age me or destroy my organs. And it also, because I'm not processing food right and everything because I'm awake when I should be asleep, is contributing to my fat. So partially I'm saying this because I've talked about I had this big transition, which I did. I am much calmer and more peaceful. At the same time, I have some little thing wandering around acting like it doesn't have to change. And it's going to now. So I've engaged this friend of mine. I'll keep you posted on how I'm doing. I really encourage you that if you have some kind of addictive behavior, I'm a food addict, that's what I am, that you go get it handled. Therapist, AA meetings, Food Overeaters Anonymous meetings, sex addicted meetings. Whenever there's like this compulsion to just do something, knowing full well it's not really serving you to be your best, that's something to look at. Especially if it's got an element of, you can't make me, I'm going to do what I want. That in itself implies to me that it probably comes from childhood or teenage. I'm pretty sure it got pretty set by childhood. I mentioned before that one of my big revelations is I always thought my parents didn't love me and they didn't care about me, and I realized that as a 3-year-old, I'm running around being a monster, pooping and peeing all over the place and trashing the house, and they're trying to stop me. It wasn't that they didn't love me, it was they were just trying to get me to quit trashing the house. But I took that as a 3-year-old that, you don't love me, you won't let me do what I want. So it wasn't that my parents rejected me, I rejected them. But interestingly, knowing all this, I'm still staying up till 6 and eating badly. So there's something going on besides just that. As I dig it up, I'll let y'all know. But I would really encourage you that if you have any addictive behavior or you find yourself raging at your spouse and you can sort of tell it's a childhood anger you've had. If you've had the same anger all of your life and you're, of a much older, like in your 30s or 40s, and you're still wigging out about something, and you can tell that you've been doing it since you were a young kid, you have a young kid in charge of you. And part of becoming an adult is letting that little kid get complete and settled. There is a degree of analysis and therapy, which I did. You have to talk about it and get it out in the open, but there's also comes a point where you just have to complete it. But don't feel guilty about it. You are where you are. You have this, angry little chihuahua nipping at your ankles from your childhood. Don't feel bad that it's nipping away. Just that's an angry little chihuahua nipping at your ankles. It's not you. And, you work on yourself, and you get more transformed, and suddenly you're all pissed off, and the little chihuahua's back. Well, that happens. It's like in AA. Every once in a while you get sloppy drunk. The next morning you get up and you get back to being sober. So I hope this is a contribution to you. Take care of yourself, and I'll keep you posted. We'll go through this together. Okay, thank you. Have a good night.